Have a good day, Cole Nation. Thank you for joining us again.
Thank you for coming on the podcast.
Hello, and welcome to the show about South and everything else. I am your host, Brenden, and welcome our guest.
Elijah.
Bo.
Gabriella.
Today, I would like to have a reflection across history, specifically the United States, starting with the Trail of Tears. Do you know what that is?
When they forced thousands of Native Americans off their homeland for westward expansion.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
They forced Native American tribes to the west of the Mississippi River in 1831 starting to 1850s? Yeah. Bo, do you know anything about it?
I'm not well versed in it. I think it's it was assimilation, right? Like they would take them to like schools or whatever, and they would teach them English and give them new names or whatever.
That happened after, yeah.
Is that after? Well,
No.
That was
Native
like,
Americans.
it was starting, that was the healing process for it.
Oh, that's not healing.
Wait, what were you talking
I'm
about?
talking about assimilation, dude.
Oh, no, yeah, that was it, yeah.
Yeah.
They forced them to the west of the Mississippi River. They gave them no time to grab their stuff. Many people died in the journey of it, and it did target the 5 main tribes, which involved the Cherokee, the Chickasaw, the Choctaw, the Creek, right? And the Seminole Nations. What do you know about the American Civil War?
No, it was fought over slavery disguised as states' rights to own other people.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It was the North versus the South.
Well, let's
The
be
Union-
real. Back in the time, slavery kind of was a state's right. So
The states.
So-
I'm the devil's advocate of the podcast.
Okay.
I mean, it's a
So
state's
you're
right until
siding
it's
with the
illegal.
Confederates? Okay.
He's just stating what was the law before it was deemed illegal
There's
in the
like
U.S.
stuff going on in the Civil War.
It was, yeah,
Yeah,
economic troubles,
Mm-hmm.
which was the start of it all in 1861.
I think a lot of it stemmed from slavery. The import of slaves was deemed illegal, but owning a slave at the time was still legal until they, slave owners started being like, "Oh, I owned him at one point." Started kidnapping like free people, free slaves
Yeah.
from the North. I think that sparked a big part of it.
That led to the Emancipation Proclamation in 1863. That was signed by Lincoln. He would have been
Yep.
president, right?
Yeah, he was.
That stated all Confederate-held slaves to be free.
Mm.
7 years ago.
It was bad. There was 600,000 people died,
Oof. I didn't realize that's new.
and that also started the 13th Amendment. Do you remember what that is? Did you take Miss Olson's class?
No.
I took it but forgot.
Yeah.
Isn't
It's-
it, no, never mind. I want to sound
It was
stupid.
the abolition of slavery.
Oh.
That makes sense.
Yeah. Then that would have led into the Great Depression?
What?
No,
Dude,
no.
the Great
it's-
Depression was
we're
100
skipping
years
stuff.
later.
Yeah, I know.
We're skipping years.
We're
You just
starting
skipped
off-
the whole Wild
We're going
West.
with the big stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, after the Wild West and World War I completely destroyed the economy and stock market crash,
Yeah.
led us into the Depression.
That did lead us into the Depression. You're
It
right.
did.
Well, no. So, like, you got to think about it. In, like, 1908, that was kind of like when the Wild West was, like, dead. And there were,
Mhm.
like, little to no cowboys. That's kind of when industrialization of America happened. We started inventing new stuff. And then, like, the 20s rolled around. That was, like, elegancy. Like, parties. If you've read The Great Gatsby or seen The Great Gatsby, it's just
Yeah.
that. And then with all of that, it just, I don't know, what goes up must come down. And same is the case with our economy.
Yeah.
Led
People
to-
stop making money.
What, the stock market crash, bank failures, what? Was that nationwide?
Bank failures were
That was across the
nationwide.
world. The world took a hit. It was just America was a very
We
It was like
weren't-
the center of the economic world.
Yeah.
Or it was
Yeah.
one of them, at least.
We had a lot of stocks, and not many people were smart with how they're spending money leading up to the
Oh,
Depression. Or the mass withdrawal from banks causing
Yeah, and then we had a
hundreds of banks
war.
to collapse.
Who-
Oh, yeah, World War One.
World War
was it
II.
President Hoover thought that the economy would fix itself.
Yeah.
It did not.
Yeah, then he figured that out after deciding the Hoover Dam was a way to try to help it towards the end of the Depression.
Yeah.
He did that to bring jobs. No, he started Las Vegas.
It also had what, a huge effect on art and like film,
Yeah.
starting with what, The Grapes of Wrath?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, Grapes of Wrath was
Mhm.
up there.
Have you ever read it?
I've never read it.
Watched it?
I think I've,
Part pieces, like
Yeah.
Yeah. You've
Snippets.
Seen, you had to have at least seen a part of it.
Yeah. But like, I don't know. I don't think film. If we're talking film, I think that didn't get really. I don't think we had a film renaissance until like 60s, 50s.
yeah.
But that's besides the point.
Mm-hmm.
And that led to the Banking Act of 1933 that healed it, not mostly, well, sort of, partly.
Mm-hmm.
But what was it, 25% of the workforce was unemployed?
I think it was more than that, but it might have been like I don't know. I think it was more, but
Yeah, it was
I could
probably
be
around
wrong.
like 40% of the total workforce.
Well, no, you got with the whole depression thing, it was like a perfect storm because
Dust Bowl.
Dust Bowl farming was bad. The war, so we were sending all of our ration, like our food was getting sent out to Europe. So people had these like cards where they would it was like a checkbox for like what you could have for
Yeah.
the week or month or whatever. I forget the time period.
Yeah.
But yeah, stuff like that was happening. It was a rough time to be a U.S. citizen.
Mm-hmm.
Then, let's see, 1933 to Pearl Harbor.
Mhm.
Starting off with that in 1941.
Yeah, Pearl Harbor was kind of rough.
Actually, that didn't even start in 1941.
It didn't. It started in 43, I believe it was.
That is after.
After Pearl Harbor?
That is.
Oh, okay. Then it
yeah.
was like late 41, early 42, somewhere around there.
Yeah. That was December 7th because even though that there was tension in the Pacific Ocean,
Mhm.
it all started in the tension in the Pacific. That led to the Japanese bombing us. Then,
We
so we
dropped the
couldn't
sun
give
on 'em.
backup to the Pacific War, right?
Mm-hmm.
Japanese, that was such a stupid move.
Yeah, it was.
Everyone was against that, and then the Japanese were just all gung ho. They thought that they were like there was something. I don't even know. I'm not gonna get into.
I think they just
that.
they wanted to take
Yeah,
Hawaii
they
and then
wanted
move
expansion.
Well, yeah,
into
they
California.
wanted expansion. They thought they were a lot stronger than they were. 'Cause
Yeah.
the whole thing with like Japanese culture is like a.
It's a whole like honor thing.
Yeah, exactly. So, they attacked 2 boats and we destroyed like 2 of their biggest cities.
Mhm.
So.
I mean,
what
the
are you gonna
plane, the bombing of Pearl Harbor was in the first. They tried to take out all the ships there with a tiny submarine first before they're caught by a destroyer, like
Yeah.
15 miles from the coast.
do? Were there
Yeah,
kamikaze
something
on
like
Pearl Harbor?
Huh?
No, we didn't have
No
anything to
kamikaze?
defend Pearl Harbor. It was
You don't know what kamikaze are. Do you know?
Huh?
Do you know what kamikaze are?
Yeah.
Mhm.
Were there any kamikaze at Pearl Harbor?
I'm pretty sure there was
I don't
2. No.
I don't think there were any. Were there?
Really?
I mean, we didn't have anything to defend ourselves. Everyone was using like rifles and pistols to shoot at planes. No one was on station. It was training. It was their off day.
It's gonna sound bad, but have you ever watched Midway?
No.
I think I've seen
I'm
parts
pretty
of it.
sure there were kamikaze planes in that movie, and that is based around Pearl Harbor.
Kamikazes were wild.
It's wild.
Yeah. What?
Do you know what kamikazes are, Elijah?
Yeah.
What are they?
Where your last ditch effort to fly your plane into a ship
It's not a
and
last ditch
It's
effort.
not.
It
There were
is.
specific planes made for it.
Yep.
no.
They
well,
were yes. They
it
were
was a
pilots-
last ditch effort for pilots who were shot down in the middle of the ocean, couldn't get back to the carrier, obviously. But they'd also teach like
That's not a-
teenagers and get them drunk and be like, "Go crash in this for honor your family. You'll be fine."
Yeah.
Yeah,
Something
sure.
like that.
Yeah.
We'll go with that.
Let's go for that.
Then, I think that's all we have time for today. If you wanna say your name again.
I'm Elijah.
Bo.
Gabriella.
And this was Culture. My name is Brenden, and goodbye.
Have a good day, Cole Nation. Thank you for joining us again.
Thank you for coming on the podcast.
Thanks for watching. See you guys next time.